Hello everyone, this is Roshni a legal intern with LEXIS and Company. Today I'll be dealing with kidnapping and abduction under Indian Penal Code. So basically, what is the difference between kidnapping and abduction? Kidnapping, simpler term could be defined as, kidnapping a child who is below the age of 18 when it's a girl, or below the age of 16 when it's a boy. And abduction is someone who is it's about kidnapping a person who is above the age of 18 when it comes to girls, and below the age of 16 when it comes to boys. So basically, giving a very short introduction about kidnapping and abduction, more than 1 lakh cases of kidnapping and abduction have been filed since the year 2005 in India alone. People have continued to take advantage of the children's vulnerable age and their innocence and other stuff in order to kidnap the children and to involve them in various activities across the country. So basically, the Indian Penal Code, right from the section 359 to 354, speaks especially about kidnapping and abduction. So let me move on to kidnapping. Kidnapping can be, the definition of kidnapping could be given as the unlawful removal of a person from their home by force, coercion or deception. Kidnappings are like very typically carried out for monetary purposes, monetary gains and other purposes, or for political gain or other reasons. Basically, if you like, most of the times it happens because you want to get a monetary gain from the parent of that particular child, or suppose say political gain, that if you want to get a power in a particular position, or for various other reasons kidnapping could happen. As I said before, kidnapping of small children and other kids within the age of 16 in case of boys and within the age of 18 in case of girls is to be considered as kidnapping. So basically, section 359 of the Indian Penal Code divides kidnapping into two types: kidnapping from India, that is kidnapping happening from India, and kidnapping from legal guardianship. So kidnapping from a legal guardian. So let me explain what is kidnapping from India. Kidnappings from India are discussed under the section 360 of the Indian Penal Code, and it's very well defined in the section 360 of the Indian Penal Code. So when a particular child is kidnapped from India and is being transported to other countries, and by crossing the borders of India without their consent or consent of someone who is a legal representative of this child, they could be legally punished under section 360 of the Indian Penal Code. Next, kidnapping a child from a legal guardian. So kidnapping from a legitimate guardianship is explained under section 361 of the Indian Penal Code. A person, when he commits an offence of kidnapping a child or a person from his lawful guardianship, if suppose, as I said before, a boy under 16 or a girl under 18 years, that it could be considered as a offence to under the Indian Penal Code. So now we saw about kidnapping from India and other things. So what is the punishment for kidnapping is what we are going to see now. So the punishment for kidnapping is given under section 363 of the Indian Penal Code. So what is the punishment? It could be fine or imprisonment, which may last up to 7 years. So these are the punishments that are being given for kidnapping. Now what is abduction? Abduction is defined under section 362 of the Indian Penal Code. It states that whenever a person forces or encourages another person to leave a certain location, the offence of abduction has been committed. So without the consent of the person, when you're forcing a person to move or threatening the person to move from a particular region to another without their consent, it is called as abduction. Abduction, now let me talk about abduction to murder. So basically, section 364 of the Indian Penal Code talks about abduction to murder. Basically, you kidnapping a person and killing that person after you kidnap them. So in that case, when you're kidnapped and murdered after being kidnapped or abducted, the punishment for this could be for 10 years. It could be or life imprisonment or rigorous imprisonment for 10 years and as well as fine. So this is all about Section 364 of the Indian Penal Code, which talks about murder after being abducted or kidnapped. So next, kidnapping for ransom. Section 364A of the Indian Penal Code speaks about kidnapping for ransom and punishes whoever threatens to harm or kill someone he has kidnapped, abducted or detained after kidnapping or abducted in order to compel the government, foreign state or another person to refrain from doing something. Basically, if you could see various government officials being threatened to do a particular thing or a particular issue, and the people kidnap their children and other relatives in order to gain political or financial gains from these people. It is called as kidnapping for ransom, and it is penalized under section 364A of the Indian Penal Code, and thus the punishment is described as death penalty or life imprisonment plus fine. So these are the laws with regards to kidnapping and abduction. Any other opinions on this particular law, kindly put it in the chat box. We'll discuss it in detail later. Thank you so much. Have a great day.